What's up guys, Luke here. Today I want to talk about Smash tournaments, more specifically the first tournament I ever went to. So back in Smash 4, around the end of Smash 4's lifetime, I actually started getting really interested in, well, I was always interested in competitive Smash, but I really wanted to go to a tournament. And I did some research. I knew locals were a thing, but I didn't really do research on locals in my area. I really wanted to go to a major, and of course, being a young new Smash player, I had a pretty big ego, so I figured, you know, I might be able to do kind of well if I go, even though I'd never been to a tournament before. So I heard that SmashCon was a really good tournament or major to start, because it was, well, completely centered around Smash. They had an event for every Smash game from 64 to Smash 4 because Ultimate wasn't out at that time. So I made it my goal to train and then go to a SmashCon in the summer when it was time. I believe it was in August 8th to 11th, sometime around then. So in Smash 4, I didn't really have a set main. I watched competitive and I had fun with the game, but I didn't really focus on a character for a long time. I was just kind of playing all the characters, and I realized that I really needed to pick someone, so I ended up deciding to main Sheik. Looking back, if I wanted to play a high tier or top tier, I might as well just played Bayo like everyone else at that point, especially since Ultimate was about to come out in a few months anyway. But anyway, I played Sheik and I started practicing. The only issue is I had really bad self-discipline, so I did not really practice every day. I would actually not really practice that often. If I do anything at all to improve, it would just be watching videos, because the reason why I wanted to play Sheik was because I saw Void play Sheik and I thought he looked so cool. Like, I remember just seeing Void do his flashy combos with Sheik and I would be absolutely amazed, so I was like, I want to do that. Anyway, at this time, I was not old enough to drive. I believe I was 16, so I wanted to go to SmashCon. It was in Virginia. Considering I live in New Jersey, it would be about a 3 to 4 hour road trip if I did want to go, and I needed someone to take me. So since I wasn't going to locals or anything, I didn't really know anyone in my competitive scene, and looking back, I did this really incorrectly, because you're usually supposed to go with other people to majors. It's a lot more fun. It's not as fun to just go by yourself, but I wasn't really smart back then, so I didn't really prepare or meet anyone. Anyway, I wanted to go and I didn't have a ride, so I ended up asking my parents, and my dad specifically, he offered to take me because he knew I was a really big fan of the game and I really wanted to go to this tournament. And it was actually the only major that I could really drive, or it was the closest major, like super major, that I had access to from where we lived. So we ended up choosing SmashCon for that reason, actually. But in order for me to go to SmashCon, in order for my dad to drive me, he said I had to go on a road trip with him. So I ended up having to do that first. I did some random road trip to make him happy, and then once August came around and it was time, I got ready for SmashCon. So we drove there. It was not that fun of a car ride, I guess. I just listened to music like usual and just killed time until we arrived. So SmashCon is a 4-day event. Most majors are usually 4 days long. Some are 3 days long, but there's usually 4 days because they open up the venue and they have some other events the day before pool starts for people to arrive and have time to get in and get situated. Anyway, we arrived in the evening. I remember I had never really gone to a convention before SmashCon, so it was really, really cool to me because it wasn't just like there was setups everywhere. It wasn't just like you just play games, but what's really cool about majors and SmashCon specifically is that there's so many other different things to do there. And I remember when I first got there and walked in, I was absolutely amazed at the venue, because the first thing I saw when I walked in is I saw all these venues or stations for artists and other activities to do, and I was just so blown away because it was literally like everything I liked in one place. Since there are a lot of weebs in the Smash community, there was a lot of artists there, a lot of people selling really cool artwork, and I thought it was really cool. So I actually spent like most of the first day just walking around and checking everything out, because they had like artists selling artwork, they had an arcade area, they had like mini games set up, they had a bunch of really cool things for you to see, so that like you wouldn't just get bored, because it's a 4-day event. And for someone like me, who at the time wasn't just, I wanted to do other stuff there than just Smash 2. It was really cool to be able to just kill time, or not kill time, but just be able to walk around and fully experience this. Also, like I said, I wasn't really part of my scene at all, since this was my first tournament, so I literally didn't know anyone. I remember walking around and I got to see some top players like while I was exploring the area, and I thought it was so cool to be in the presence of these people I looked up to and watched all the time in videos. I thought it was the best thing ever. Anyway, I was really shy, like I said, so I really wanted to play friendlies, but I wasn't really sure how to go about it, because since I'd never actually gone to another place like this or a tournament before, I wasn't really sure how asking for friendlies work, because sometimes they're like unspoken rules, so I wasn't sure if there was something I was supposed to do. I wasn't sure if I could just walk up to any setup and just ask for a friendly. It was pretty funny. I think I spent like a solid hour or hour and a half just literally walking around, like looking, just wondering what to do, because I didn't know what to do, because I was so unprepared, at least like socially, because I'm also a pretty shy person usually. I'm not as shy as I used to be, but I wasn't really sure what to do. So eventually I just found a random setup, and I noticed most of the setups had 3 people, so I was like, alright, I need to find a setup with 2 people, and then I guess I'll ask them. So I found a setup with 2 people, and I asked them for friendlies, and then they ended up playing with me, luckily. And they were like, yeah, sure, of course, dude. And then they were like, where are you from? I'm from New Jersey. And they were like they were from somewhere else in the States. So basically it sounded like most people were just taking a road trip there. But yeah, it was really cool. I remember fighting against them. I was really bad, by the way, at this time. Like, if you thought I was bad now, I was so much worse than Smash 4. But yeah, of course I thought I was good, even though I really wasn't. Anyway, I ended up playing with those guys for like 3 or 4 hours, and they were really good. I believe it was a Lucas and a ZSS main, or maybe it was a Peach main. I don't remember. Either way, they were really good, and definitely leagues above me. One of them might have even been a PR player, but I was too oblivious to like actually know what that was. Anyway, out of those 3 or 4 hours we played friendlies for, I actually only took 1 game. And it was right at the end of our friendly session, and I was so happy because I was getting wrecked. I was like getting closer and closer, but I finally took a game, and it was like the happiest moment for me. I was like, yes, I finally beat someone. Even though it was just a friendly, I didn't care. It made my night. I was really happy. And anyway, by that time it was night, so we went back to the hotel, and yeah, just got ready for the next day, which was actually day 1 of the event, and it would be pools. So I checked my pool time, make sure I would know what to do when the time comes. I also didn't really know anything about banning or the stage list in general. I was just such a noob, dude. Holy, I really did have no clue what I was doing. Anyway, so day 1 comes, I come out to the venue from the hotel, and I play against my first opponent, and I got completely destroyed. I don't know why I thought I had a chance. I was so full of myself. Anyway, I played and I got 2-stocked both games, I think. It was versus a Bayonetta player. Both of my opponents, my opponent in winners and losers bracket, were both Bayonetta players. And I think out of both of the sets I played, I only took 1 stock, so it was pretty rough. I remember being extremely nervous as well, and my dad was there. He was like taking a video, and I remember, I think I looked at the VODs like sometime recently, because he was like recording me on his phone playing, and I was so bad. Anyway, after playing that, I was like kind of sad, because I wasn't even able to win a set. Nonetheless, even a game, like I literally took 1 stock from both my opponents. So yeah, anyway, after that I was upset, but I was like, okay, yeah, I guess I'm a lot worse than I thought. I went back to the hotel and I was like, alright, this character seems really good. Like Bayonetta, like everyone says she's broken, but I want to be able to feel this power. So then I just like labbed out Bayonetta for a really long time. and I was like, wow, this character is good. Anyway, days 2 and 3 of the event, or 3 and 4 I guess, the next day, woke up, went to the venue again. I played some more friendlies, and I spent a lot of time also walking around again. I knew I wanted to buy something, but I wasn't really sure. It was kind of like a mini anime convention in a way. There was like a ton of artwork and a lot of stuff I wanted to buy, but it was expensive and I didn't have that much money, but I wanted to have something to take away. I think I ended up buying a piece of artwork. I don't remember what it was, but I did buy something. But yeah, I was happy either way. I think I wanted to buy a controller, but I wasn't 100% confident. So anyway, yeah, I just played some more friendlies, and I also watched some matches, because at like the center of the venue, they had like the big screen, like a stage with a screen on all 4 sides, and then you could watch whatever match was playing live. And I remember when I was also watching doubles, I remember MKLeo actually sat right in front of me, and Light too. Like MKLeo and Light, I remember I sat like right behind them, and I was like, oh my god, I'm literally right behind MKLeo, this is so cool. And I kind of wanted to ask him for like a picture or something, but I was too nervous, so I didn't. I also saw Esam. Dude, I was just like such a fanboy, holy frick. Oh my lord, I was so, yeah. Anyway, so I played more friendlies, walked around more, and since I was eliminated so early, I spent a lot of time watching matches too, just on the big screen. It was really fun for me to be a part of that. And anyway, day 3 was pretty much the same. In day 4, I think I actually ended up leaving early. I did not wait to see grand finals. I think at that point I had done everything I wanted to do, so I was like, alright, I'm okay with going home. Like, I don't want to just sit around here all day, or maybe I didn't fully appreciate that I was there at the time. But yeah, the day 4, the finals day, I just kind of left early with my dad, and then we drove back home, and I just watched top 8 on my at home. So yeah, other than that though, it was really fun for me, even though, well, that's not entirely true. Looking at events I do now, it is so much more fun to be with other people. Like, I was actually so alone, like, holy, I really should have had someone. Really should have befriended people so that I wouldn't have been completely alone, but it was still pretty fun, and I'm really glad it was my first major, because even though I got completely wrecked, I still had a blast. And I actually ended up going next year after that for Smash Ultimate, where I think I won like 2 or 3 sets, so progress, I guess. And I ended up finding some people I knew there, and I actually ended up driving with a couple of players too, like we carpooled there, so that was fun. And yeah, it was a really good time. In general, I'd also recommend probably SmashCon is the best major. I haven't even been to any other majors, but yeah, it was a blast. And I was actually going to go this year again, but yeah, you know, stuff happened, Corona, quarantine, and it won't be happening this year. But you know what, that's perfectly fine, because I could just go next year and I'll have more time to practice. And yeah, anyway, that's the story of my first ever tournament. Looking back, I planned things really badly, and I really should have done things differently, but you know what, there's a first time for everything, right? I guess. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like and sub. It always means a ton to me, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.